These little bears love to play and climb trees, but this tree turned out to be too thin for 3 well-fed cubs, and they all fell to the ground in a very funny way. People in the car took a cue for the raccoon, who confidently waited for a treat to be served to it. Very soon, a McDonald's employee handed the raccoon a donut right in the paws. Here's a similar moment. As you can see, raccoons often ask for food in such establishments. Noticing a fox on the side of the road with a milk carton on its head, people decided to stop and help the poor animal. It was easy to catch it, but the funniest thing was the frightened eyes of the fox after its release. The shooting of a gorilla at the zoo ended with a funny moment when dust appeared right behind it. This camera mounted above the stork's nest captured how a strong gust of wind blew down the nest along with the stork. It's good that the eggs miraculously held on, and the stork mom immediately returned. We know that it restored the nest very soon. You will definitely see such shots for the first time. This sloth bear was attacked by a small crocodile at a watering hole. The terrified animal almost fell into the water, and it was very lucky that the crocodile was not really precise. The girl was so busy playing the guitar that she didn't even feel that a hawk had flown into her apartment. She tried to calm the barking dog until the hawk landed right on the plate and startled her. As you can see, this little poodle showed its character and drove the hawk out of the house. This girl takes pictures of the fish, and when it's time to release it, she accidentally throws out not the fish, but her phone. Now all that remains is to put the fish in your pocket and leave. This moment was filmed in Canada. People witnessed that eagle attack on a baby seal. The predator just sat on a rock and held the baby in its claws, and its mother watched it from the water. When the eagle tried to drag the baby away, the mother seal clung to it and began to pull it towards itself, so the cub was saved. Pouring concrete and leveling it beautifully is a difficult and long task, but this dog didn't seem to know that. The workers were just in shock. They started calling the dog, and it jumped out of the liquid concrete. They'll have to work a lot now. Walking her Labrador, this lady approached a turkey. The wild bird reacted instantly and attacked the dog. After watching the crazy footage of the rescue, you will laugh a lot. It looks like this young bird has left its nest for the first time. It is used to having worms and caterpillars thrown at them by parents, so it just opens its beak in the hope that the food will fly in there by itself. This dog brought a stone to the monument, hoping that at least someone would play with it. But despite all attempts, the green man did not react. This can only be seen in Texas. This pickup truck with 2 cowboys is chasing an escaped bull. Suddenly, one of the cowboys deftly throws his lasso at the bull, and the situation is already completely under control. This home camera filmed how the delivery man brings some kind of refrigerator into the house and definitely does not expect anything bad. But at some point, a demon gets into the domestic red cat and it attacks the man with all its fury and with its claws out. The delivery man escaped as best he could until he locked the evil cat behind a plastic curtain. Now we have a new case of a bear attack on a car in the forests of the Japanese province of Hokkaido. As we can guess, the car was between the mother bear and the cubs, so the mother attacked and broke one of the wipers. This man came out on the doors to catch, but to unhook the reptile, they had to cut off a piece of the net. This brave woman went out into the yard to chase a groundhog from the territory, but this wild animal, this shocked driver especially stopped on the bridge to film a crazy fisherman who was calmly fishing a few meters from a huge crocodile. I think you will also feel very sorry for this bird now. I think the horse just didn't notice it. Or that they feel guilty.
No, don't be wagging.
People from the boat filmed feeding dolphins, but they managed to capture something much more interesting. One of the dolphins was attacked by a killer whale during the ball jump. The footage is really epic. There are several points that prove that in the cat world, there are real Bruce Lees who perform tricks no worse than this famous martial artist. This horse stumbled and got stuck on a suspension bridge, so people had to save it. It falls into the raging river and quickly swims to the shore. As you can see, it managed to get ashore alive and well. These shots of a carefree holiday in the pond were filmed one day before. This is what was filmed one day later. The pond turned out to be very unsafe, so they had to call 911. In this recording, you can see how the snake is confidently approaching the house. When it approached the man sitting on the porch, they both got scared. Right moment, the kitty just raised its paws slightly, and the swallow immediately appeared in its claws. Here is a similar moment of an attack on a swallow near the pool. This cunning creature was just resting on the fence, but when swallows began to fly around, it immediately got ready and, in an incredible acrobatic jump, caught its prey. Some of them are so lucky that birds come right to their paws. This doe and the fawn got into a very unpleasant situation. The baby got stuck in the fence and could not get out. People came to the rescue, but the doe was not afraid of them. As you can see, it did not run away, but even tried to attack and drive away the rescuers. It turned out to be not so easy to get the fawn, and only by isolating the nervous mother with a fence, people managed to free the fawn. Take a look at this hilarious moment. This huge bison slipped and fell on a frozen river, so it looks like a massive version of Bambi on ice. Upon entering the house, the woman found a pile of garbage and a hole in the ceiling. Soon she realized what had happened. This baby raccoon fell from the ceiling into the house. As you can see, it was quite angry. As the woman reported, the baby was soon taken away by its mother. This little foal got stuck in dry branches on the edge of a cliff. Its mom risked its life to be right next to it, but it couldn't help in any way. This caring man decided to help, and everything worked out for him, so the foal leaves alive and well with its mother. This eagle attacked the dog right on the road in front of the house. As you can see, the second brave dog rushes to the defense and saves its friend from the sharp claws. This domestic cow named Tippy decided to jump on a trampoline, but the trampoline could not withstand such a weight. It looks very funny. In order to save this poor koala from a deep hole, people lowered a log into it. As you can see, the animal managed to get out of it. But this is not the end. The terrified animal falls back into the pit during the jump. The second attempt to get out was more successful. I think this puppy felt very cool when he pulled the rope and managed to bring the horse to the owner. At this moment, the French bulldog choked on a large piece of apple. The dog fell on its side and began to shake, but it was good that the owner noticed it in time. The woman quickly took out the apple and saved her dog from suffocation. Have you ever seen what the popular snake game looks like in real life? That's exactly the case. This snake is sliding between bricks on the wall, and it exactly resembles a 3D version of the classic mobile phone game. The video was shot in China, but the only thing that surprises me is why the snake does not fall and how it manages to stay on this vertical wall. On the coast of the Bahamas, people managed to film an incredible attack by a hammerhead shark on a stingray, which almost jumped onto the beach to escape. The shark turned around and swam away, and the terrified stingray will now definitely live near the shore. But it turned out that big garbols also like to graze grass on this pasture. The big male does not hesitate to attack the cowardly rhinos and drives them out of his territory. It looks like a crazy woodpecker confused the window with the trunk of a tree, and these sounds should be very loud. The fox was so interested in hunting domestic chickens that it did not notice the owner who came up close with the camera. The fox definitely knows that the best defense is an attack, but what happened next is not clear. If you notice such a pipette in the sand on the beach, know that there's such a monster hiding there. These are cuttlefish, and people catch them for eating. I think the lioness definitely would not have been able to catch up with this gazelle if not for a stupid accident. The terrain became an advantage for the lioness. As you can see, the gazelle stumbled and fell. This mistake cost it its life. Here's a funny moment. This huge elephant seal jumps with all its weight on a baby seal. Such a joke is truly dangerous because it could have crushed this poor guy. The seal began to struggle and squeal, and as a result, it managed to break free. As you can see, it wasn't seriously injured. It turns driving through the jungle near the shore, people filmed a huge orangutan a few meters from the boat. As you can see, it immediately began to ask them for food. This kiwi was thrown to the monkey, and it immediately started eating. I think you'll never guess who these rescuers are going to pull out of the sewer right now. As it turned out, a huge capybara was somehow stuck there. They helped the animal, and it escaped unharmed. This white pigeon accidentally landed in a crocodile nursery. The reptiles immediately attacked it. The bird flew away quickly, and the stupid crocodiles almost ate each other. The man decided to tease the donkey, and it worked. The donkey came closer and started shouting back with the same sounds. This polar bear and dog